Welcome back to the Burgman. We're going to be doing some coolant today. Hello my friends, and welcome to Tom's Tinkering and Adventures. Today we're going to do a coolant change on the Suzuki Burgman 400. You can check out my previous video. Hopefully I will remember to link it here somewhere. But we got started on this thing, did an oil change and a spark plug change, and changed the seat lift support strut and started stripping it down. So there's a lot of stuff you have to take off to get to the coolant. That's the problem with scooters. Lots of panels on them, and there's kind of like a little puzzle to get them apart and back together. So make sure you check out the previous video to get to the point where we're at, and I'll show you where we're starting. Alright, we've already removed this panel in here, the panel right in front of the seat, whatever you call this filler panel here, which is right here. I didn't have that completely off on the previous video, but really all it had remaining was these two clips and these other three here, 1, 2, 3, that go up there. So it just kind of pulls out of there. One screw and one of those little push lock deals. And then you need to remove this rubber floorboard. All you got to do is just get a little pry tool or screwdriver under there, and this thing will pop completely out. You just pull it. It makes little popping noises when it comes out. See? Those just push in there. And the same with this one. And now we have to remove this plastic piece here, and it has a whole bunch of bolts and screws in it. So I'm going to start removing those. If I find any tricky ones that are kind of hidden, I'll let you know, but we're just going to go for the obvious stuff here. So this floorboard panel and this lower plastic panel kind of work together. You know, there's a couple of those push to remove clips you got to take out. There's one up here. There's one down underneath right there. And then there's a smaller one in the back. It's kind of hard to see. It's back up under here. And you have to be very careful. This is kind of a little bit more moldable plastic, but this is the more fragile, brittle plastic. Yeah, one other push to remove, one right there. Actually, two of them. Or were those the screw type? Yeah, I think those were the little screw out type ones that I hate. Anyway, you have to pay very close attention. Get all those out, and then this panel interlocks into this one here, see? So when you get it loose, you kind of have to pull it forward, but you can't pull it forward because this is all jammed up into here. So I didn't really video taking that all off, but just take your time and be very, very careful. Yeah, it's a pain. Scooters are a pain sometimes. They're fun to work, fun to ride, not so fun to work on. But the nice thing about scooters is they don't require a lot of work. Alright, so next I guess we got to get to the radiator cap. I don't know why they haven't made this a little bit more easily accessible, but I guess what we need to do is take off that, and then up underneath here right there is another one of those little plastic clips. So turn the centerpiece out, pop that off, and then this piece should come off. I'm going to try it. I'll let you know if there's anything crazy that needs to happen, but Allen key and a small screwdriver. Okay, then all you gotta do is just work this thing loose. It's just held in there with a couple of these clips. There's our radiator cap, and I think what we're going to do to drain the coolant is we'll come down here, we'll take this panel off, and we're going to drop the lower radiator hose. So this little belly pan or whatever, you can kind of slide that out of this front piece, get enough room to get a drain pan under there. I've already loosened up that hose clamp, so I'm going to get this underneath there. Pop that off. That should drain. That's our lowest point. So that should drain all the coolant out of the radiator and out of the engine. There's our old coolant. I hooked the hose back up, hooked the clamp back up. Now you can refill it with your fresh coolant up here. And what I would recommend is you can start the bike, run it a bit with the cap off, and then you put the cap back on, and there is a air bleed screw right there. So what you're supposed to do is crack that open and run it till you get coolant out of there, and then close that up. But make sure you've ran the bike before you put all the panels back on. Okay, let it get up to temperature, because if you get air in the system, it's going to be an issue. At least this one's easy enough to get off of here, so you can crack this open and bleed some air out there. Alright, let's move on. I'm going to refill this later, and we're going to move on to the belt while we get all the panels off. Now, I don't know how many of these panels you have to take off to get this belt changed. Hopefully you don't have to take all these off, but I'm thinking you might have to. But let's take a peek at it and we'll get started. To get started, you got to take off this piece, which sits right on the front of there. 3 bolts. That comes off. Then there's 2 bolts on this plastic cover. That comes off. These are all 8mm, by the way. Then there's 10 bolts on the actual cover that's underneath this plastic decorative cover. And then there's 3 clips to take this wire off. This goes to your ABS sensor if you have a newer model with ABS. And now our cover should come off. I say should, because I haven't even tried it yet. Let me go get my dead blow hammer. We're going to give it a couple taps. Okay, if you got to take a hammer to something, that's okay, but if you got to beat on something for a long time, that's when you know that you're probably doing it wrong. So looking at this, I see we got these 2 threaded holes here. So I'm thinking that those are used to drive this off. You'll see these a lot in like brake drums and that sort of thing, brake discs, whatever. So we'll drive that in there, and look at that. So you're gonna have to get yourself an extra bolt, take it out of something in order to get this case cover off of here. It's still being a little bit of a pain. Of course, I got one hand on it here. All right, let me get that off. There's a holding tool you can purchase for holding these flywheels. I have this clutch holding tool, which I've adjusted to fit in here. You don't want to use a screwdriver or anything like that, because these vanes are pretty delicate. It's a 24mm nut. If you have an impact wrench, that's definitely the way to go on this. So I'm going to get this in position on here. And we'll hold this. Hopefully. There we go. Oh. And I really need a deep socket. It's just barely engaging, so I don't like to do it like this, but that's what we're going to do. Hold that partially on there. I think I have a 24mm deep socket. There we go. Not pretty, but we did it. Okay, pull our face off. Want to look at that. And this is probably the original belt. It's not in bad shape. I think we have 7,000 miles on this scooter. We'll pull it off and replace it with the new one. Now, I've done some research, and everyone said that the OEM belt is the best one, so that's what I've purchased to replace this. While you're in here, if you have an air compressor, you can blow all this out, clean all the dust out. If you want to go through any of the other components in here, feel free. But for now, we're just going to clean everything up and replace the belt. Okay, some things to note when you put this back together. There is an arrow on this belt, so make sure the arrow is pointing forward in the direction of travel. when you go to put this back on, it's going to be real hard to get this cover back onto here. So usually what I do is I get it on as far as I can, hand tighten this nut up, and then turn the engine. Make sure you're turning it in the proper direction. You don't want to turn your engine backwards. And then about every half a turn or so, I tighten it up a little bit, and then keep going. Eventually, because your new belt's going to be just a little bit tighter than your old one, so this thing is going to have a hard time getting it in here so it rides into the valley of this thing. So you see these are both like inverse cones, so it kind of shapes a V, and this belt is V-shaped. So initially when you put it on, it's going to be way in here. It's going to be hard to get it in. Anyway, hopefully you understand what I'm saying. Turn the engine, tighten it a little bit, turn it a little bit more, tighten it, and as you turn, this thing is going to kind of ride up into the valley in here and kind of get brought into the back. See, there's a big spring in here, and this thing opens and closes as well. Alright, so clean everything up, and let's get the cover back on, and we can put all of our panels back on. Out of the 10 bolts that you're given for that cover, about 5 of them are different sizes, so make sure you fit them all in there. And what I usually do, if I haven't marked them, is I put them all in and see that they're all sticking out the same amount. So there you go. Let's get that tightened down. I got it all buttoned up, except for I left this panel off for now because I did a little test ride up and down the street. After I ran it up to temp, I ran it up to temperature 2 times here. I got it hot, cooled it off, topped off the coolant, and then I did it again, topped off the coolant, and now I took it for like 2 miles. Everything is good, and we're all back together. It can be a real pain getting the body panels off these scooters, but it's really not that bad. You know, mechanics, sometimes we just like to complain if things aren't easy to work on. Okay, hopefully that's been helpful to you if you're working on a Burgman, and amusing to you if you're not. Hey, I'm not an expert. I just do this on YouTube. Okay, if you're liking my content, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment down below. If you're not already a subscriber, please consider doing so. Remember, it's absolutely free of charge. Thank you very much for watching. Get out there and find your adventure. Adios.